What's up, y'all? Share the live, share the live. I got a great show coming up. Is LeBron on steroids? Ocean's Calling Festival lineup just dropped. All these hot topics and more on KP in the morning. Good morning. Get that coffee ready. Show starts in a few minutes. Good to have you in the chat. Good to have you in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the studio. We're live from Studio 2. I'm your host, DJ KP. It's time for KP in the morning. Hopefully everybody's having a great morning so far. Get your coffee ready. It's time to unwind, kind of get warmed up for the day. You know what I mean? That's what this show is all about. Real chill vibes. A little bit more chill vibes on this show than the other show on Monday nights. All right, the Thursday mornings, we're relaxing. Everyone's just now getting their day started. We got Bobby Ransom. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Bobby Ransom, get that coffee going. Let's all get warmed up together. Thank you for stopping by. We got some hot topics to discuss this morning. Ocean's Calling Festival, the lineup just dropped. We're all going to talk about it. Let me know what you think about it. Drop your opinion in the chat. Ocean's Calling, big festival coming to Ocean City, Maryland. One of the biggest new festivals in the country. Big lineup. I got all the information. I'm going to bring it to you. Also, is LeBron James on steroids? We're going to talk about it. I got a bunch of information on that to bring to you. If you got an opinion, make sure you drop it in the chat. Great sports section, great music section, all that and more on KP in the morning. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for coming in. Oh, man, I'm having a great morning so far. Hopefully you are too. What's up? We got It's Your Boy YG in here. He's got a big hit coming up. Shout out to all the artists, all the local artists. Really shout out to you. Welcome to KP in the morning. Guys, before we get started, I want to let you know about my new playlist, all right? I got a new playlist. It's on Spotify. It's called DJ KP Classics. All the best songs I've mixed and mastered throughout my career. That's about 10 years of music. Well, 10 years for my professional career. I've been full-time for 10 years, y'all. These are all the best hits I've ever been a part of. DJ KP Classics, everything mixed and mastered by DJ KP. We got songs from YNG Mac J, Tre'vell, J No, even Trap Beckham is on the playlist, Mr. Birthday Bitch himself. Make sure you go check it out and support my music, all right? Thanks, guys. Hey, we got Christian Stewart in the chat. We got Daisy B. Good morning, Daisy. Get that coffee ready. We got a bunch of hot topics. We're sipping hot coffee. We're talking hot topics. It's KP in the morning. But yeah, guys, the playlist is on Spotify. Make sure you go check it out for me. All right. I got a great weekly warm-up. Or I guess we don't call it the weekly warm-up on this show, do we? Yeah, that's for Mondays. I don't know what we're going to call it, but either way, I got some light news and hot topics to bring to you. And we're going to start off with the music section. Or no, we're going to start off with KP's classic clip of the week. Let me get everything all situated. On this show, since it's Thursday, I mean, it's like Throwback Thursday right now. Let's get into KP's classic clip of the week. That's something I'm going to do every week on KP in the morning. And this week, we're going to take it all the way back to our New Year's Eve episode. That was one of my favorite episodes in show history. If you haven't seen our New Year's Eve episode, or really it was our New Year's episode, we were celebrating 2024 with C-Mac and Paulie De Niro and Slimy Tana. It was a hell of an episode, and I just want to show y'all exactly the energy that we were working with, all right? Let me make this bigger. Make sure you go check out the New Year's Eve episode, guys. And this is just a highlight clip of the biggest laughs from that episode. I just wanted to show you the kind of vibes we were working with. So make sure you scroll back on the page and check out the New Year's episode. I was dressed up in a suit. We were drinking champagne. And this is KP's classic clip of the week this week because I just wanted to show you exactly the type of vibes we had for our 2024 New Year's episode. Nowhere but up, Will. But guys, go check it out. That was our New Year's episode. That's KP's classic clip of the week this week. Because make sure you subscribe as well. That's the easiest way to help out the show. Hit the subscribe button. All the episodes are still up on the page. Really easy to find. You just type in Studio 2 with DJ KP. You can click on the live tab if you want to see all the episodes we've ever had. And don't sleep on the shorts section because that's where you're going to find all the hilarious clips. We got the mom running into the microwave. For the first time. This is too good. All kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, don't sleep on the show, guys. Make sure that you're subscribing and checking out all the shorts, all the live videos. Christian, yeah, that's right. Check it out. Check it out. All right, now it's time to get into all the topics, guys. I got some great topics for this morning. And one of the biggest pieces of news for the shore is definitely Oceans Calling Festival. All right, the lineup just dropped. Got the lineup right here, okay? Oceans Calling Festival lineup just dropped. Everyone's talking about it. This is poised to be one of the biggest festivals in the country. I mean, this lineup is insane. These artists have some of the biggest followings in the world. Let's get into some of the first ones here. Let's get into all the headliners. All right, first night. Headliner is Blink 182, guys. Blink 182 coming to Ocean City, Maryland to headline the first night of Oceans Calling Festival. That's absolutely gigantic. I mean, I got friends who have been lifelong Blink 182 fans for forever. I mean, they've been lifelong fans of this band. So many people. I got a friend who has a tattoo of the logo of this band. You know what I mean? This is going to be huge. So many people are going to make the trip to Ocean City to see Blink 182. And it's not just Blink. That first night also has Cage the Elephant. You might not have heard of Cage the Elephant if you're just into the hip-hop crowd and stuff. But that's a pretty big band. And, of course, Sublime. Humongous hit, all right? They got a hit that will never, ever, ever stop being played on the radio. That's Santeria. Everyone knows that song. That's going to be huge. 311. OAR is pretty huge. Oh, and Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray. Don't sleep on Sugar Ray. Who remembers Sugar Ray from back in the day? Bobby Ransom says, not going to lie, they shit lit. And it is, man. If you saw what this festival was like last year, huge crowd. Absolutely packed. I've never seen Ocean City so packed in my life. The stages are big. The crowds are even bigger. I can't wait. I'm thinking about getting tickets. Anybody thinking about getting tickets, let me know what you're thinking about this one. Bobby, you getting tickets? Christian, are you getting tickets? How about Daisy B? Anybody getting tickets already? I'm sure the tickets are going to be pretty high. But yeah, don't sleep on Sugar Ray either. You remember Sugar Ray? They had that song Fly and a few other humongous hits when I was growing up. And then the second night, we got The Killers, man. One of the biggest, most requested songs of all time. You know, I've been a nightclub DJ for a while. That Mr. Brightside will never stop getting requested. I mean, Mr. Brightside himself is coming to Ocean City, Maryland. Daisy says, definitely thinking about it because my birthday is that week. Hey, that might be a good way to celebrate the birthday. Yeah, what week is that anyway? September 27th is the beginning. September 29th is the ending. Oh, yeah, and shout out to my boy Jack. He says, nice, I can save my money because I don't want to see anyone on here. That's brutal. Man, Jack being all hipster. There's not anyone on this lineup you want to see, bro. You just being a contrarian. But hey, maybe it's not for everybody. But yeah, the Killers are headlining night 2. Also the Offspring. Pretty good band. I like the Offspring. What's Bobby saying? Bobby says, the Beach Boys, they ready to go crazy out there. And yeah, I got to get a tenderoni that's into that shit. Yeah, I got to get a... Bobby, thanks for coming in, man. And also, Holly's in here. Ocean's Calling. Bartended last year. Hopefully, I'll get to do it this year, too. I heard the bartenders made a killing last year. They said it was just packed on the boardwalk. All those boardwalk bars were packed. And they needed it for a long time. Those boardwalk bars numbers have been going down. This is just the thing for Ocean City. This is truly one of the biggest festivals in the country. This is good stuff, guys. And Holly said, plus they have an Ocean's Calling Country the following weekend, too. That's cool. What, they got like a country event the following weekend, Holly? That's pretty cool. And Boys to Men is also going to be there. Bobby says, if Boys to Men's in there, I'm there. What's going on, Holly? Good to hear from you. This is KP in the morning. This is Delmarva's newest morning show. I got a bunch of hot topics. I'm sipping hot coffee. Stay with us, guys, and share the live. Let's get some more people in the chat. We're talking about Ocean's Calling Festival. This is some of the biggest news to come on to Delmarva in a long time. We're really blessed to have a festival of this magnitude come to the shore, coming to Ocean City, Maryland, September 27th. We're going over night 2 right now. The Killers, absolutely humongous band. I mean, Mr. Brightside himself coming to Ocean City. That might be worth the price of admission just to hear Ocean City all sing Mr. Brightside all together. That's some crazy shit. Night 3. Let's keep going over night 2. Let's not go too fast. The Beach Boys. Just like Bobby said, the Beach Boys, that's such a classic band. The Beach Boys are coming to the beach. That is insane. And I literally have a Beach Boys record upstairs that me and my wife love to listen to, all right? A bunch of my dad's old records, all from the 70s. All original. They got a bunch of hits, man. Surfing USA. They got a bunch of hits that transcend music that will be played forever. They're coming to Ocean City. How old are they? Are they about 88 years old? Going to be looking like a bunch of Joe Bidens up there singing. It's going to be crazy. But still, all respect in the world to the Beach Boys. One of the greatest American groups of all time. And speaking of American groups, how about the All-American Rejects? All right, they got a big hit that all the girls love to sing. Bobby says, definitely bringing my mom. Yeah, good on you, man. She deserves a nice night out. She'd probably like a few of those acts. Boys to Men, the Beach Boys. Daisy says, I'm going to drag my dad out there to see Boys to Men. Yeah, that's a nice act to kind of throw into the mix too, right? Because it's a bunch of, bunch of white bands. But who don't love some Boys to Men, Nice R&B to kind of smooth things out on that third night. That's going to be a big, big draw. A lot of people are going to be there for Boys to Men, trust me. But going over the night 2, Young the Giant. I've never really heard of Young the Giant. I know my wife kind of likes them a lot. They're pretty big font. They must be a big deal. But my sleeper band for night 2, The Hives. My opinion, The Hives, one of the most underrated bands of all time. They're a Swedish band. You might remember their hit, I Hate to Say I Told You So, from the 2000s. They got a great, great hit in that one. I love that band. The Hives. I'm thinking about going night 2 to see the Killers, the Offspring, the Hives, All-American Rejects, and the Beach Boys. Yeah, if I was going to pick a night, I think I'm picking night 2. Let's bring that on as an official topic. Guys, hop on in the chat. If you could only pick one night, which night are you picking? I might pick night 2, but night 3 is all the nights, very, very tempting. But I think if I had to pick, I'm going with night 2 of Ocean's Calling Festival. The Killers, that's a big one for me. And the Hives, that's a big one for me. Bobby Ransom says night 2 as well. Yes, hard to pass up that night 2. All right, let's go on to night 3. Dave Matthews Band. That's one of the biggest fan bases in band history. Huge fan base. I mean, their live acts sell out. All the Dave Matthews crew is going to be coming to Ocean City, Maryland. It's going to be a certain type of person. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be kind of like if the Swifties came to town. You know, Dave Matthews, he's almost like Taylor Swift. He's got that kind of draw on his audience. His audience will go wherever he goes. It's going to be nice. Night 3, Dave Matthews Band. Mount Joy, never heard of them. Counting Crows, they got a big hit. Mr. Jones. Everyone remembers that Mr. Jones from Counting Crows. Also, Boys to Men, that's going to be absolutely humongous. Bare Naked Ladies, if I had $1,000 or whatever that, $1 million. If I had $1 million, that was a big hit. That'll get a draw. Blues Traveler. Pigeons Playing Ping Pong. I've heard of them. They must be like a jam band or something. But yeah, huge festival coming to Ocean City, guys. We just went over the entire Oceans Calling festival lineup. And I got my eye on night 2, but everything looks incredible. Really appreciate whoever is putting on this festival for coming all the way to Ocean City, because this is one of the biggest festivals in the country. But we're on the music section right now. It's KP in the morning. Hopefully you got some coffee and you're drinking it with me. We're all getting warmed up today. Start your day off the right way with DJ KP. We're in the music section right now. Let's keep it local. I had a hell of a show this past Monday. You probably heard about it. It was Versus Battle number 5. All of Salisbury was talking about this. It was a huge, huge impact locally in Salisbury and surrounding areas. You know, all the local Delaware cities. Cambridge was talking about it. Seaford was talking about it. Bridgeville was talking about it. And it was a really hard-fought battle between Block and Weaver's Law. Block did come home with the win, though. He did go home with the win. 2 great rappers, guys. 2 great performances. They went 9 songs against 9 songs and also a freestyle at the end. The episode is up right now. Shout out to Block for taking home the win, and shout out to Weavers for putting up a great fight. Team Weavers wasn't quite enough. Block a little bit more popular than people thought. All right, if you've never checked out Big Homie Block, also goes by Ace Block, make sure you check him out. He won Versus Battle number 5 this past Monday. Kind of controversial, as the Versus Battles always are, all right. But, you know, we try to make it as fair as possible. We had voting based on popular vote, all right? We did a poll at the end of the battle, and anyone was allowed to vote on the poll. It was simple. You either voted for Weavers or you voted for Block. And I think Block obviously he got a majority of the vote. And that's just how it went. And then, of course, a lot of people start griping and grumbling. Oh, popularity this, popularity that. People just vote for whoever's popular. And that always makes me scratch my head. Because what else are we doing here? Popularity kind of indicates that you're better, right? Especially when you're talking about a popular vote. So I was just wondering, is there any better way to do the voting and the scoring process for the battles and also the ciphers? I think the popular vote is the way to go. I mean, this is show business, right? You're trying to see how many people you can get to come out for you. I mean, once you drop an album and you have a show, you want people to come out, right? You want people. You want more people, the better. And that's what we do with the vote. If you can get more people to vote for you, I think that is a good indicator as to why you should win. All right. But yeah, a little bit of a controversial decision, but it was just a popular vote, guys. I think we had about 130 votes, for the battle. And Block came out with the win. But it was a great, great battle. Everybody was a winner, really. I mean, we had 200 people watching live pretty much the whole time. So everybody got the benefit of that big audience, hearing their music, seeing what they liked, seeing what they didn't like. So Versus Battle 5, it's up right now on the page. Go find it. Go rewatch. Let us know if we got it right. Let us know if the poll got it right, all right? And if you got any opinions on how we should do the Versus Battles going forward or the ciphers, drop a comment right now. But I'm going to keep going with the popular vote because this is the music industry. It's all about being popular, guys. How many people can you get to buy your album? How many people can you get to buy your merch? It's all about numbers, all right? Well, really, there's two ways to think about this. Let's really get into this. Okay, let's discuss. I'm feeling good. I got my coffee. Energy's back. Okay, there's two ways you can think about your music career. There's show business and there's artistry, right? So if you're only worried about the show business, you're worried about pure numbers. If you're only worried about the artistry, you're worried about how good am I at my craft. You know what I mean? And on this show, we're trying to kind of do both of those things, right? We worry about how good is the artist, but really at the end of the day, what really matters the most is how many people are going to buy what you're selling. That's what's going to take someone to the next level in this area. Who's going to buy what you're selling? So that's why we do the popular vote, because someone clicking your name in the popular vote, that's almost similar to somebody clicking on your song on a playlist or searching you up on Google or YouTube. You know, if they'll click that vote, chances are they'll also search up your music. So I think we're going to stick with the popular vote going forward. Bobby says shit was big enough to get me back in the stew. Bobby, we might need you on one of these verses, maybe a cypher, maybe just an interview. Bobby Ransom, had a lot of people commenting your name. You're definitely on the radar right now. Big things coming up. All right, so we just talked about Versus Battle 5. And speaking of Versus Battle 5, I had another post pretty much go local viral. I mean, I just had a realization. This was going to ruffle a lot of feathers. I knew it would, but it's just an observation, people. And this pains me to say it. I'm a Salisbury boy. I'm born and raised in Salisbury, right there in the hospital. Salisbury artists in our first 5 official Versus battles are 0-5. Wow. I don't know how it happened. Salisbury, one of the biggest cities on the Eastern Shore. You know, one of the bigger populations on the I know it's a small city, but on the shore, one of the bigger populations. You'd think we'd have one of the bigger support systems. 0-5 in our first 5 official Versus battles. I don't know what's going on in Salisbury. Maybe a hating mentality. Maybe the Salisbury rappers just aren't good enough. I don't know. What do y'all think is going on in Salisbury, Maryland right now? And Bobby Ransom says, I'm here whenever you want to interview me. All right, Bobby, I'll keep that in mind. Daisy B says, yeah, like what other way would there even be to vote? Thank you, Daisy. Because some people think I'm crazy. Like, oh, Kevin, he just likes who's popular. He's playing favorites and all this and that. I think I'm doing it the most fair way possible, so thank you, Daisy, for letting me know. And Bobby Ransom, I don't like that. 0-5 is not cutting it. Bobby, you're a Bury boy. You from the Bury? Because if so, and you think you can win, we might need you on one of these next Versus battles. We need whoever, Baby Wall Street. We need our Lord and Savior, Baby Wall Street, to come back and help us out in a Versus battle, because he would level somebody. You know what I mean? He's got the power. He's got the fan base. Ain't nobody messing with him in a Versus battle, that's for sure. He could take out pretty much anybody around. He's definitely our saving grace. Hopefully we can get him in a Versus battle ASAP. Shout out to Wall Street. He is our Artist of the Year for 2023. See if he can repeat this year. But yeah, 0-5. Delaware is really killing it. And when it comes to the local cities that support their music, it's pretty much the big 3. We got Cambridge, Seaford, and Salisbury. That's the big 3 right there. And we're kind of figuring out what the order of those 3 is. It pretty much is, it seems like Seaford is supporting the most, Cambridge, and then Salisbury. And some people would have thought that order was reversed before some of these verses have happened. 0-5 in the last 5 Versus battles for Salisbury artists. Hopefully we can turn it around. If you think you know the Salisbury artist who can get us a win in the win column, comment right now. Comment who from Salisbury can really get some fans in the chat and get a victory in a Versus battle. And Bobby Ransom says, hell yeah, Salisbury, Maryland, no unity, bro. Everybody torn by picking sides, though. That's true. Daisy B says, I think that Salisbury people are Salisbury-minded and don't know how to spread their fan base to different areas. A lot of these rappers never leave the city. All right, so maybe start thinking outside of Salisbury anyway. Don't get hung up on the fact that Salisbury's not supporting. Hey, maybe those Seaford people will support Salisbury rappers. You never know. But go elsewhere. Don't even, It's a big world. I think that's what Daisy's trying to say. It's a big world, guys. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of money. You can get fans in San Diego. You can get fans in Tokyo. Right now, I'm going off in the UK as an example. Shout out to the UK. They are streaming my single Party Right a whole bunch. And it's a big EDM song. They got a big EDM crowd over in England. The UK streaming my song right now a whole lot. And make sure you go look me up on Spotify. All right, I think we covered that. I got a couple more videos of Oceans Calling. Here's some scenes from last year. But as you can see, big crowd from last year. Ferris wheel looking amazing. Shout out to Ocean City for being just a cool spot. It's going to be a jam. It's going to be really expensive. I probably won't go, but you should. You should support. Easy to find their website. Go check it out. Oceans Calling Festival. We're breaking records. That's for Daisy in the chat. Shout out to Blizzy 400. All right, we talked about Oceans Calling. We talked about Versus 5. I got a few more topics in the music section before we get to sports. Kanye West is back in the music news, and he's getting sued again. This guy cannot clear his samples. I don't know what's going on, but this time he's getting sued by Donna Summer's estate over his Vultures 1 song, Good Don't Die, claiming he used her 1977 hit, I Feel Love, without permission. Kanye keeps sampling people without permission. He sampled Ozzy without permission, and it's coming back to bite him. The album already got taken off of Apple Music or Spotify, one of the two. Always a controversial figure, man, and always a sampler, too. One of the best sampling producers ever. But he definitely has to clear those samples. Not everybody wants to be associated with his name. The estate's attorneys say West shamelessly used instantly recognizable portions of her song in his track, despite the fact that her estate had already explicitly denied him. So he asked, they said no, and he used it anyway. That's pretty bad. Yeah, he's going to have to pay. He's going to have to pay up for this one. Might be big money. That's just the fact of the matter for that one. Let's move on. We covered that. Oh, here's some good stuff for you. You might not have known this. Let's check it out. If you know me, you know that I think Lil Jon is one of the GOATs. All right. He's one of the GOATs because he's versatile. He's one of the greatest producers of all time, which we'll find out in this clip right here. One of the best hype mans of all time, probably the best hype man of all time. You know, he's on some of your favorite hooks, and he's also a DJ. He's also a DJ that sells out arenas all over the world. And here's one of my favorite facts about Lil Jon.
Yeah, was originally recorded on Freaka Leak.
Yeah.
So we originally, that was
the song Yeah was originally recorded on the Freaka Leak beat.
On that track.
This beat right here, the Petey Pablo song.
Usher sang the vocals to was that beat, but we didn't know that Petey Pablo used the track. See, what happened was I was in the studio. I used to go in the studio for record companies. They'll put me in the studio for a week. I do as many beats as I can,
right,
and then they take the beats and they go give them to their artists.
Right.
That set of beats, I did cut it, recorded it, done, mixed it.
And you didn't even know.
I didn't even know.
You created the beat.
So keep in mind that Lil Jon, he's made some of the greatest beats of all time. So he made the Yeah beat, he made the Freaka Leak beat, and what he's saying in this clip is that originally the Freaka Leak beat was for Yeah. You know, that beat was for Usher. He recorded a bunch of demos to it. So just imagine the song Yeah on the beat Freaka Leak. Because it fits perfectly. If you're a DJ, you know. If you're a DJ, your gears are turning right now. You're like, how did I not think about that? Because both songs are 105 BPM and they're 6A or 5A as far as song key. So it makes perfect sense. And here's the Here's the smoking gun evidence. Listen to this little ding. There's this little ding-a-ling-a-ling in the background of this beat.
Now that are like, that is the ultimate fade. You know what I mean? Like that's it.
And that guy's just saying what I just said, basically. Yeah, all the DJs are thinking, damn, I got to mash that up in my next set.
Exactly the same drums. So we ended up going in the studio.
And he just said right there, literally exactly the same drums. So basically, he made the Freak League beat for Usher, but some kind of confusion with the studio happened. Petey Pablo ended up recording on it first. So, first come, first serve. They let Petey have it. And now Lil Jon has to recreate the beat around Usher's vocals. He uses the exact same beat and just puts a new melody on it. But as you can hear,
that was the original. Like it from the back. Yeah, it was on that track. That's what it was written to, and that's what Usher sang the vocals to, was that beat. But we didn't know that Petey Pablo used the track. See, what happened was I was in,
and you can hear this little ding in the background, and that is in both, that right there.
I do as many beats as I can,
right,
and then they take the beats and they go give them to their artists.
Right.
That set of beats I did.
That little ding right there that you just heard. Go play both songs back to back. That little ding is in both beats at the exact same spot. The drums are identical. And that's my little music factoid of the week for you guys. Lil Jon, man, he's one of the greatest. I love his style of producing too. Really underrated producer. Like his style of synth is used in so many of his songs, and they're all bangers. Like Snap Your Fingers, all right? Or Damn. Even Get Low. His style of beats, man, really got me into music. As a young kid, man, turns out I was really into Atlanta rappers. And I had no idea, I was just a young kid, no idea that all the rappers I liked were from Atlanta. I really wasn't into the New York rappers, wasn't into Nas, Jay-Z. I was into Lil Jon, Ludacris, people like that. I was into the down south rappers pretty consistently through my upbringing, which is funny to look back on. We're in the music section, guys. The Weeknd becomes the most consumed male artist in the world. And I've had my eye on this topic for a while because, man, if someone really asked you, hey, who do you think the most popular artist in the world is? I probably wouldn't have guessed The Weeknd. But it does make a lot of sense now that you think about it. He probably just has a lot of fans across the board. I think he's a pretty overrated singer. I'm going to be honest. This guy can't really sing, can he? I mean, when you think about singers, he just kind of has like a good falsetto. He's not MJ. He can't really belt it out, can he? Anybody think The Weeknd can really sing? He's got a nice voice. He does what he can with his voice. I'm not saying he doesn't make good music. I'm just saying when it comes to being a singer, this guy ain't really it, right? Daisy, what do you think? Daisy, is this guy is he one of the greatest singers of our generation? Is it like that? Or is he just a pop star? He's just kind of like a pop star, and that's fine. But I've always just kind of felt a little bit overrated in the singing department, but I definitely like a few of The Weeknd's hits. Oh, this was a funny one. I guess I put this in the music section. So Machine Gun Kelly, he's a musician, controversial figure. He was in the news a whole lot this week for, I guess he has this big tattoo all over his body that is like basically turning his whole body black. It's pretty weird. It required like a tattoo gun with like 75 needles, looked really painful. But it got the attention of Joe Exotic. You all remember Joe Exotic, the Tiger King. And he was spamming that post a whole lot, making Machine Gun Kelly uncomfortable, saying things like, a tiger and a little bit of meth, and I can make Machine Gun Kelly gay. How is he doing that? Isn't this guy in jail anyway? But Machine Gun Kelly is Tiger King's type. All right, guys, let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to get into the sports section right now. Welcome to KP in the Morning, guys. This is Delmarva's newest morning show. Glad to have you in the chat right now. I got a big topic for the sports section, so don't go anywhere and share the live. Let's all discuss this next topic. We're in sports right now. We just got done with music. LeBron James, all right, he is the topic of sports, first thing, because I got a sneaking suspicion about LeBron James things are just getting a little out of hand, all right? And let me explain. Things are getting a little bit out of hand. Look at LeBron in his 21st season. And if you don't know, only 6 people in NBA history have ever made it to the 21st season. But LeBron is just seeming inhuman in his. I mean, look at these points. LeBron James has now scored 1,274 points in his 21st season. If you take everybody else combined, they have less points, all right? And these are some of the greatest players in NBA history. We're talking Dirk Nowitzki, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, and more. All those guys combined couldn't score the amount of points that LeBron has already scored and is still scoring. And it makes me wonder, is LeBron James taking steroids? What do y'all think out there? It's just not adding up. We all know MJ, he couldn't do this at that age. What is going on right now? I think there is definitely a case to be made that LeBron James might be juicing. It might be something that is beyond steroids. I don't know what it is. But Kevin Garnett was actually the person to pose this question first. And, of course, Kevin Garnett is one of the few to make it to the 21st season. And he's played with LeBron. He played against LeBron during the peak of LeBron's powers while he was in Miami. Because you remember LeBron and the Miami Heat had some epic Eastern Conference championships with the Boston Celtics and Kevin Garnett. And Daisy Beast, I guess about The Weeknd, says, nah, he's not. He just has music that is easy to listen to. Yeah, that's a fact. Somebody comment about LeBron, though. Is he on steroids? What do you think? Isn't this a little suspicious, right? He's playing too damn well. All right. It's been something I've been noticing in sports for a long time, and one of my favorite topics in sports because it's incredible what the man's doing. All right. I'm not trying to be a full-on hater. Absolutely incredible what he can do in his 21st season. But look it up there, man. Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, Robert Parrish, Kevin Garnett, and Kevin Willis combined could not get to the amount of points that LeBron's already at. Yeah, aren't they supposed to be drug testing all these motherfuckers? Daisy, I think it might be something beyond steroids. I think we got a new drug. I think we got a new drug or something. We got the limitless pill. It's insane how good LeBron is. He never gets hurt, it seems like. Yeah, it's another point. Every big NBA player, they got the injury, right? We all know about that one injury they had. LeBron, what's LeBron's injury? Has he ever had a big injury? Dude is superhuman. He's been playing since he was in high school. He got drafted right out of high school. Been playing professionally ever since high school. That's a lot of wear and tear on the body. And I want to pose the question to you. Is LeBron on steroids? Somebody let me know. I think there's definitely a chance that in our lifetime, LeBron will be the next Barry Bonds. LeBron might be the next Barry Bonds, guys. It's just a little suspicious. And yeah, the only thing that's suspicious is how damn good he's playing. It's insane. His averages are insane. And to show you just, for instance, on how long he's been doing it, look at the first video game and the last video game that he was on. Look at the difference there. And we were happy with stuff like this when I was growing up. From that to this. From this to this. And he's still averaging over 25 points a game. Make it make sense, Facebook. Make it make sense, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Hey, either way, we're seeing history. It's remarkable. Probably never going to see a guy this old play this well ever again. It's a little suspicious. That's all I'm saying. I mean, look at this fact right here. Most consecutive regular season games with over 10 points. Most consecutive games over 10 points in the regular season. LeBron's number 1, 1,200 in a row. Number 2, 169 in a row. No one's even close to what this guy can do with longevity. All right, we're off the LeBron stuff, but keep commenting in the chat. Do you think he's on steroids? I want to know. No one's really talking about it. Maybe it's just me. Am I the only one who thinks LeBron's on steroids? Some kind of performance-enhancing drug. Maybe not steroids. Some kind of performance enhancer. All right. Next topic in sports, the Bucks. Man, the Bucks, they won a championship not too long ago. They got Giannis on their team. Great team. They got Giannis. They got Damian Lillard. A lot of people picked them to win it all this year because of the Giannis and Damian Lillard combo. Well, they've already fired their head coach this year and brought in the legendary Doc Rivers. Well, look at their record with Doc. 3-7. What is going on in Milwaukee? And this just goes to prove a theory that I've had for a long time. Coaches don't matter, especially in the NBA, guys. Coaches do not matter. When people, like when they fired their head coach because they were losing, I knew it was not going to do anything, all right? They fired that man for no good reason. They overpaid this famous coach. They're still 3-7. What is a coach going to tell a professional basketball player to do on the court? I just don't understand it. I got a theory. I don't think – hey, Kenny's in the chat, man. Hey, Kenny, what's up? Kenny just woke up. Well, you're waking up the right way, bro. Grab that coffee. It's KP in the morning. And go check out the last KP in the morning episode. Me and Kenny were definitely cutting up. We got to get you back in that seat yet again for another episode soon, bro. But you missed some good topics, Kenny. We were talking just a little bit ago. Is LeBron James on steroids? What do you think, Kenny? And just a little recap. He's just playing too well. You see this? Points in 21st season. LeBron has more points than everybody else who's ever played a 21st season. And these guys aren't scrubs. We're talking Dirk Nowitzki, Vince Carter, and Kevin Garnett. So drop your comment, guys. Is LeBron on steroids? Let us know. Okay, so we're talking about coaches now, Kenny, because the Bucks are 3-7 with Doc, all right? Because the coaches don't matter. That's my next topic. Do coaches matter in professional sports? I think they matter a little bit more in football just because the team is so big and there's so many different positions. How can a coach do the defense, the offense, the kickers, the special team? So in football, I kind of get it. But on basketball, where you got 5 guys on the court, you got a point guard who's basically the coach out there. And, Kenny Flight says, nope, carnivore diet. That's right, guys. If you guys aren't getting on that carnivore diet like me and Kenny Flight, you better change it up, especially you men out there. You ladies can eat whatever you want, but you men, you better start switching to carnivore. We're doing bacon and eggs in the morning. We're doing ribeye steaks at night, and we're drinking glasses of water throughout. Let's go, guys. All right, back to the sports section. Yeah, do coaches matter? That's my question for you. Do coaches matter at all? Because the Bucks, they got Damian Lillard, they got Giannis, supposed to be a good team, having a rough start to the year, so they fired their head coach. They bring in Doc Rivers, one of the greatest head coaches of all time, won a championship with the Celtics. I think he's an overrated head coach. He couldn't win a championship with the Clippers. That was a really good team. That's beside the point. Or really, it is the point, because they bring in Doc Rivers, and surprise, surprise, they're still 3-7. Terrible record under Doc Rivers. I don't think coaches matter, especially in the NBA. And if you look at it, some of the highest paid coaches in the NBA right now have the worst records. Greg Popovich, coach of the Spurs, one of the highest paid coaches in the league, bad record. But speaking of coaches, a new coach just became the highest paid coach in history, and it's probably rightfully so. It's Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr just became the highest paid coach in NBA history. If anyone's earned it, it's probably him. Talk about consistency. This guy has had the Golden State Warriors balling out at a high level for a long time. Maybe it's Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has fallen off a cliff this year, so it's probably just Steph. But this guy's had a big thing to do with it. You know, they used to have Mark Jackson as a coach. He probably had a bunch to do. So, yeah, that's kind of going with my point. Because Mark Jackson looked like a good coach when he was coaching the Warriors. Now he looks like a good coach. I think it's the players. What do y'all think? Daisy B thought this was Chef Gordon Ramsay at first. Yeah, it looks like Chef Gordon Ramsay just lost a bunch of weight, doesn't it? Nah, Daisy, that's Steve Kerr. He's got. Does he have the most rings in NBA history? It's either him or Phil Jackson, because he won a bunch of rings with the Bulls. He won some rings with the Spurs, and now he won some rings as a coach for the Warriors. Real successful. And let's get into the deal. Steve Kerr signed a 2-year, $35 million contract. Kyle Field says, I think Doc is overrated too. And Daisy B said, doesn't the coach have a team of other coaches to consult anyway? Yes. There's so many coaches too. There's more coaches than you would ever imagine, even in the NBA. And I don't get it. These guys have been playing basketball their whole career. They don't need you. Even if you used to play in the NBA. Retire. Oh, we had a crazy ending to an NBA game the other night. I got to watch this one with you. Check out this ending. Luka and the Mavs were playing the Cavs. Mavs versus Cavs. Check it out.
Leva has that tip by Mobley, but Doncic gets it back. Doncic dumps inside.
Great pass from Doncic. Looks like they're going to win the game on that layup. They're out of timeouts. Full court. Inbound. Well beyond half court. Game winner, guys.
Do you believe this?
One of the greatest full court game winners you will ever see. It all happened, I think, last night. I'm a big Luka fan. Boy, that probably took his heart right out. Luka almost won it for his team with a great assist. But you can't beat that, man. 3/4 court, game winner. And I heard this guy had the heat check all night. They were letting him shoot from wherever, so it's only right that he made the full court game winner. Nothing but net, too. And the Cavs, I think they're second place in the East right now. Don't sleep on Cleveland. All right, we're in the sports section, guys. I'm going to start picking up the pace. Shout out to this Texas Tech student for turning up a little bit too much at the game. And he's still screaming, getting carried out by cops. Getting his shoulders just wrenched behind him. Still screaming, fuck UT. I guess that's the University of Texas. Texas Tech rivalry. Look at that. 2 dislocated shoulders, and he's still a fan. He's still fanboying out. Man, that reminds me of Warehouse on college night. We get the Salisbury lacrosse team partying at Warehouse every Saturday. And whoever they play that week, we get them saying, fuck Gettysburg, or whoever else. It was Gettysburg this week. Fuck Gettysburg. SU all the way. Go Gulls. And it's lacrosse season, guys. And we live in Salisbury, Maryland, so I want to urge you guys, go check out a Salisbury lacrosse game. It's one of the greatest lacrosse teams in the history of the sport. And it's right here in our backyard. Cheap tickets, free for students, cheap for us. Probably like $1 or $2. And it's a really nice stadium. I mean, it's about to be springtime. My recommendation for you while we're in the sports section is to go check out a Salisbury University lacrosse game. I mean, that team is legit. We got a great Under Armour sponsorship, the winningest head coach in the history of the NCAA. And that's a real fact. I'm not just bullshitting with you. So go check out that great culture over there at Salisbury University. Go check out a lacrosse game ASAP. All right, back to the sports section. What's everyone saying? Kyle Fields, what's up? Jersey Beat says those tickets were worth it. I never went to a buzzer beater game, LOL. Exactly, right? Just imagine how fast your hands would go up as a Cleveland fan, or how fast your head would go into your hands if you were a Dallas fan in that moment. All right, we're on the sports section. This was a big deal for me, okay? Because 2 weeks ago, the great Caitlin Clark also ran into a situation like this. Because college kids, as we all know, are getting dumber. And it's to the point where, well, we all know, during a great college game, maybe there's a great buzzer beater like we just saw, Kyle. The crowd of the home team, all the students and everything, if they have a big upset, a big win for the school, they'll all storm the court, right? They all celebrate. They storm the court. They celebrate with the players. Well, this year, these students are injuring the other team. I don't know if it's stupidity or if it's malice. Maybe they're intentionally trying to hurt these players. But check it out. They storm the court, and this is the second time this has happened in about 2 months. Wake Forest fans storming the court, and they trample this kid on the other team, star player on the other team. I mean, it's bad. It's like he's Mufasa down there in the valley. Check it out. It's a real tall white kid right here. He's about to get trampled. Oh, y'all couldn't see that, could you? I got to do better. Let's make it better for you all. There we go. Check this out, guys. It's this guy right here in the middle of the screen about to get trampled by an entire student body. And he's hurt, man. You can see it in his face. He's not playing around. His whole team has to go save him from the mob. Nobody gives a crap. Nobody gives a shit on the Wake Forest team. So this is literally, guys, the second time. Second time in recent memory that this has happened. And to star players, to big-time star players. And here's my question for the chat. Is it on purpose or is it out of stupidity? Do these kids just have no idea what they're doing? Or were they like, there he is. We might as well hurt him in the process of celebrating. Because the same thing happened to Caitlin Clark. Some girl ran right into her, hit her right in the head. She was on the ground. And keep in mind, this has never happened before. They've been storming courts since the 70s, guys. And they've never hurt a player because it should be easy not to. But yeah, this caught my eye. Students are getting dumber and or they're getting meaner. I don't know. All right, we're off that. I said what I had to say about that one. We're in the sports section right now, and this is KP in the morning. Share the live. Let's keep this show going strong. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. I got some more topics for us. We're in the sports section. Did you all know that the Ravens fans were calling into the NFL to report the refs during that AFC Championship game? And rightfully so, but this warmed my heart.
At 5:24 p.m. Oh, be quiet, be quiet.
Definitely from Baltimore.
Hello? The ref for the Baltimore Ravens in the Kansas City Chiefs game, the black man, he is cheating for the Kansas City Chiefs. He caught illegal taunting for nothing, and there was no illegal taunting for Dave Flowers.
I couldn't agree more, man.
Thank you, and I would like to get him fired. There's a report, a complaint.
This is so funny. It must be like a young kid from Baltimore calling into the NFL. And he's totally right. That taunting call cost us the game.
At 5:24 p.m. Oh, be quiet, be quiet.
But yeah, we just played a real complaint call from a Baltimore fan. And they were totally right. That Zay Flowers taunting call, it cost us the entire game. Cost us the Super Bowl, really. And a shout out to Zay Flowers. He got charges dropped. All charges dropped. Unhinged, Daisy. Definitely from Baltimore. Okay, this was big. This was big, guys. Man, what is going on with the youth? Okay, that's my question with this clip. Because this just don't make any sense to me, guys. Got to refresh this. Refresh the page to make sure it's all good. Yeah. So Cam Newton is in football news right now. Cam Newton gets jumped at a youth football game. So I guess Cam was mentoring some youth football players, maybe coaching, something like that. But the unimaginable happened. He gets jumped by some of the players. Talk about unhinged, Daisy. This is unhinged right there. And if you don't know who Cam Newton is, he's the guy in the funny hat and the funny hair. Now, what will possess a bunch of kids to essentially attack their idol, a legend, in what they're trying to do? Because I can't see a situation where this should happen. Even if Cam is being slightly disrespectful to the kids, he's the mentor. Sometimes you have to be slightly disrespectful to prove your point. Sometimes you got to teach a lesson. Daisy said, "I jump him too for wearing that hat." Just take that hat. They're probably just trying to get the hat, right, Daisy? Doing the whole world a service. Let the hair out of that hat, man. Why you got the hair coming out the top of that hat? Is that essentially a visor? That is a 360 visor, I believe. That is not a hat. That is a 360 visor. But yeah, the youth, out of control. So full of rage, they're going to attack their idol, their legend. But maybe through fashion choices, it might have been the thing to do. First comment says, "I swear it looked like they're fighting a wizard." It looks like a scene out of Harry Potter. All right, we're still in the music section. I do not know what this clip is. I gotta click it to remember. Oh, okay, yeah. So I was going to keep talking about how the youth, especially in football, what's going on? Tempers are flying high. This is teammates fighting right here in a football locker room, completely going all at it. Big suplex right there. Those are two heavyweights going at it. He must have been on the wrestling team too. But yeah, football. These youth football players are raging out. Look at that guy up top, standing on the bench in his towel, just filming. What could get two teammates to fight like this? So they'll fight their idol. They'll fight a legend. They'll fight their teammate. Got to calm these kids down, man. Nothing's that serious. Nothing's that serious. They're swinging hard. And the suplex is everything right there. Hate to see it. All right, let's go over the most valuable franchises in 2024. We're in the sports section. It's only right. And this really got me thinking, all right? This post really got me thinking, like, what does it really mean to be in the sports business? Is it all about winning? Is it truly all about winning? Because we all know that bottom line is the almighty dollar. Everyone wants to make more money. That's really what it's all about. So keep that in mind. Is it all about winning in sports, or is it all about money? And this list kind of puts that in perspective. All right, we're starting at the bottom of the list. The 10th place and 9th place most valuable sports franchises. I mean, the Jets. Should the Jets really be in the top 10 when you consider their success rate? They've sucked for a long time, but the fact that they're in New York puts them in the top 10 most valuable sports franchises. So really winning don't matter. It matters, do you have a big fan base, or not even a big fan base? Do you have a big population in your city? You know, can you sell that merchandise? Are people stuck with you, basically? How many people are stuck with you as a team, basically, is the biggest deal. San Francisco 49ers, that makes sense. Big market, successful team, many Super Bowls in their history. Came up short this year. Number 8, the Patriots. You think that'd be a little bit higher, right? Very successful franchise, tons of wins, tons of Super Bowls. Not even in the top 5 most successful franchises. The Rams. You think they wouldn't even be in the top 10. When's the last time they've done anything? But they're making tons of money because they're in LA. So that's really the number one thing in sports. And then this is really proving my point. Number 6, the New York Giants. When's the last time they've but when you think about the Eli Manning Super Bowls, maybe this makes sense. I mean, they beat Tom Brady in 2 Super Bowls. $7 billion valuation for the Giants, and they have sucked for a while. Their whole fan base very unhappy with that team. Still, the 6th highest earning sports franchise in the world. And then another New York team. So right there, 6 and 5. 2 New York teams back to back. That makes a lot of sense. More about the population than the wins. And then it's the Lakers. That makes a lot of sense. Then another New York team. Did anyone think the Knicks would be more valuable than the Yankees? That doesn't make any sense, right? But in a business standpoint, though, when you consider the amount of money that the Yankees spend versus how much they make, that's the difference right there. New York Knicks, they don't spend money. They just make money. They've been shitty for a long time, but this is their year, Kenny Flight, if you're watching. I do know this is your year to at least make it to the second round of the playoffs. I'll give you all the second round this year. Number 2, the Golden State Warriors. Now, this is kind of going against my theory because this team has been winning for a while. They've been winning, and now they have found themselves the second most valuable franchise in sports. And I would have thought it'd be all NFL teams because the NFL is so much more successful than the NBA. But shout out to the Warriors. They've really done a great job with their front house, coaching staff, players. What a role model franchise. Number 1, guys, this really proves my point right here. They have not won in a very long time, but they are the most valuable franchise in sports, the Dallas Cowboys. Most valuable franchise in all of sports, and they don't win. So that really proves my point right there. Sports business really all about how big your population is, a.k.a. how many people are stuck with your team. We're in the sports section, guys. This was very fascinating to me. One of the most sought-after rookies in NBA history, maybe even more so than LeBron James, some people are saying. And he's making an impact in his rookie year. All right, he's living up to the hype. Look at this. You can't look at this stat and tell me he's not making an impact already. So basically this stat is saying in the month of February, Victor Wembanyama has more blocks than 7 entire teams. 7 entire teams. 38 blocks. The Bulls literally have 36 in the entire month. So this guy was well worth the value. He's well worth the risk of picking him. Tremendous value is what I'm trying to say. I mean, he makes a difference on that court. More blocks than entire teams, and he's just a rookie. He might go down to be one of the best basketball players ever. He's also not getting injured. I think he's got the same performance enhancers that LeBron's got. Whatever LeBron's got, he was the guinea pig. They're giving it to him now. A guy with that kind of length should be getting injured. His ankles should be getting broken. His knees should be getting shattered. He should have shin splints. Remember shin splints, all right? In high school sports, I remember every single high school sport person had shin splints. Pain in your shins because you ran too much and you were growing. This guy's got whatever LeBron's got. It's some superhumans on the court. I mean, we got Monstars. This is like Space Jam, Daisy B. What laboratory they grow this kid in. It is definitely a life goal of mine to sit courtside at a Victor Wembanyama game. I want to see exactly what this freak of nature is looking like in person. Okay, this was an interesting sports news right here. This fascinated me. You're not going to see a lot of other people cover this. So, this guy's name is Ty Lawson. If you've been into the NBA for a while, or even college basketball, you remember this guy. He can ball. He can ball. He was a great point guard, very fast, tremendous talent. Well, he's been playing in the Chinese Basketball Association for the past few years, and he's been banned. He's been banned by the Chinese Association. And what has he been banned for? All he did, he allegedly made derogatory remarks about Chinese women. And I just thought that was fascinating. That's all he had to do to get banned for life. Allegedly made derogatory remarks about Chinese women, and they said, get your ass out of here. We do not play that shit. And I just thought that was a fascinating culture. They don't mess around over there in China. You're going to talk about our women like that? How about you play somewhere else? He was making a lot of good money over there. Shouldn't have been running his mouth about the ladies. They care about their women over there. No BS culture. You know what I'm saying? They was not playing about their women. What'd he say, you think? What'd he say? I'd like to hear the comment. See if it was a good roast. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a good roast. Get ready to learn English, buddy. Get ready to learn Croatian, buddy, is the top comment. Okay, I got one more clip for the sports section, then we'll get into some crazy stuff. This is just a fascinating clip. Who remembers this moment from Isaiah Thomas and his coach? Classic moment between a player and a coach right here. What was going on? What made Isaiah Thomas this furious with his coach? Getting right in his face. As you can see, he's bleeding at the end of the clip. And I actually have the scoop on this clip. I can tell you exactly what's going on in this clip. He's actually not mad with his head coach. As you can see, he's got the blood running down his eye right there, running down his cheek. It was a really physical game where the other team was fouling Isaiah Thomas. He wasn't getting any calls. They're elbowing him in the face. He's bleeding. He's still not getting any calls. And he was so mad with the other team that he was about to fight the other team. And his coach pulls him aside and says, "Let it out on me. All your anger, let it out on me right now." And that is the clip that you are seeing, is him listening to his coach and letting all his anger out on him. That's a good coach. He saved the technical foul. How funny would it have been if he got a technical foul for choking his own coach? But yeah, that was just a really interesting coaching moment in NBA history. The coach wanted Isaiah to let his anger out on him. Ends up getting strangled. That was like Homer and Bart Simpson. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to KP in the Morning. We got about 5 people watching live. Can we get a few more? Share that live. I got a random section we're about to get into. And if you got any music you want to send in today, I'll do a few music reviews if you got anything you want to send in. Got the email posted above my head. And if anybody wants to call in, I got the phone number posted below. Don't be afraid to call in, guys. This is KP in the Morning, Delmarva's newest morning live talk show. All right, our first clip in the random section today comes from Salisbury University. One of my favorite Instagram pages is Salisbury Chicks. Make sure you go follow. They keep me up to date on all the crazy college party videos and stuff like that. I'm an alumni of SU. I like to see what the college kids are up to. And check out this clip from Salisbury Chicks. Girl goes head first into the beer bucket. Huge beer tub full of ice. Hot and sweaty frat party in the basement. That's a good way to cool off. Shout out to Salisbury University and all those kids, man. They know how to have a good time. And don't sleep on Warehouse Saturday nights, the biggest party in Salisbury. It's college night every Saturday night at Warehouse. We're in the random section, everybody. And who really appreciated that warm weather we had a couple days ago? I'm here to tell you, don't get too excited, because this is how the DMV does it. Winter, and then we go into full spring, second winter, spring of deception. That's where we were a couple days ago. That was the spring of deception. We're about to go into third winter, which is basically where we're at right now. Very cold this morning. And then it's the pollening. We all know the pollening. Then actual spring, summer. Then hell's front porch, false fall, second summer, and actual fall. Pretty accurate meme. Pretty accurate meme. Okay, this is a good discussion, guys. Stick with me. I want to talk about this one. Stick with me. Share the live. I have a lot to discuss about this clip right here. Because what is going on with tipping culture in America? All right, I'm talking about tipping culture in America. I'm talking about the DoorDash delivery drivers, all the DoorDashers. They're starting to act like if you don't tip them, they don't deserve, or they're starting to act like if they don't get a tip, then they don't need to provide good service. That's what it seems like. It's like, oh, this person didn't tip, I'm not going to take that order. And I don't even use DoorDash, but I've been noticing just through other people's stories and videos like this online that people are acting like you should get tipped for the bare minimum. That's what I'm trying to say. People act like you should get tipped for literally doing the bare minimum at your job. Tips are for when you go above and beyond. It's not for you doing literally your job, and that's it. And let me just play the clip, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is a DoorDash delivery driver, and check out what happens here.
Hello.
Ignore it. You keep that.
Why?
Because I didn't see a tip on the app, and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's okay. It's okay, because...
Okay. Oh, man, the other clip already started. Let me go back to that clip so we can rewatch.
Hello.
Ignore it. You keep that.
Why?
Because I didn't see a tip on the app, and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No.
So, lady opens the door, DoorDasher hands her food, and the lady gives her a tip via cash because that's what she was always planning on doing. And the DoorDasher goes, oh my God, keep that tip. Trust me, I don't deserve that tip. I didn't see that you were going to tip me on the app. So what she did is she put a note in there basically cursing out the lady like, fuck you. Next time, leave a fucking tip, you bitch. She wrote a note and put it in her bag. And I guess that's just what this DoorDasher does when people don't tip. But really, she had the tip ready for her. Right? Like, what would you do? You tip this lady $10 and you look in your bag and you got a note. Fuck you, you piece of shit. But yeah, that would have pissed me off, man. That would have pissed me off. Tips are for going above and beyond, not for just doing your job. Let's check in on the chat. MBD Peso says, yo. Yeah, man, how would you react, seriously? Oh, Daisy B, that was funny, yeah. They getting on Travis Kelce for yelling at this coach. We got to refresh their memory on this right here. Yeah, that was wild. Let's move on from that, though. Yeah, DoorDasher. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, man, this was crazy. The world's getting wild, guys. Hopefully things will settle down in this world, because did y'all see this clip this week? Telemundo got held up at gunpoint live on TV this week. Things are getting bad in Mexico. This is a video clip of Telemundo getting held up at gunpoint. Dude, live television. Bunch of armed thugs. If the world settles down, what are we going to talk about on Thursday mornings? That's right. Hell of a way to get warmed up. That'd be like if someone came in here right now, like, oh, shit, hey, oh, please don't shoot me, you know? Can you imagine? Don't do that, Salisbury thugs, okay? I have a Ring doorbell cam. You'll never get away with it. What's going on, HBS Boat? We got some crazy news topics we're going over right now. HBS Boat, good to have you in the chat right now. Share the live, everybody. Right now we're talking about Telemundo this week got held up at gunpoint. How crazy is this world going to get? I mean, do they not have security? When the organized crime gets to this level in a country, that's scary. When major televised broadcasts are getting held up at gunpoint, automatically got a ransom situation right there. That's crazy, man. That's like if Good Morning America got held up at gunpoint. That'd be wild. But yeah, Mexico's going crazy. We got a crisis at the border. People like this probably just walking right across it. Things are going to get interesting, guys, in 2024, 5, 6, and 7. This was crazy. Check this out. New York City Medical School goes tuition-free thanks to a $1 billion gift from a former professor. They be paying their professors good. This professor who retired from the school had $1 billion lying around to donate back to the school, and now they don't even have to have tuition.
Share with you that starting in August this year, the Albert Einstein College of Medicine will be tuition free.
That's awesome. I just got chills. That was quite the reaction. Yeah, what a great moment. Some kids honestly care about their education still. Warms my heart. The Albert Einstein School of whatever, and they can't believe it. Well, they really care about money. Let's get real. They care about their fucking pocketbook, their wallet. But they are going to learn for free. They're crying. I can feel the joy.
I'm happy to share.
You know, I've always had a theory that, vibrations. Well, we all know sound is vibrations. I just heard that entire audience erupt in applause. But I also think the good vibes get captured by the microphone and just got played back into my ears because I just got excited. And I think it was their good vibes being transmitted into my head right here. But who knows? Great vibes with that right there. Great vibes. She just donated $1 billion. And she's someone I've never heard of. That really shows you how much money is in the world. Someone I've never heard of has $1 billion to spare. What's going on? Can I get some of that money? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. And I'll donate it back to you guys in Salisbury. We're in the random section. Leave it to KFC to do some weird shit that nobody asked for. Is that the most true thing I've said this morning? Leave it to KFC to do some weird shit that nobody even asked for. We got Cheesa. They're calling it Cheesa. It's chicken pizza. They're just putting cheese and pepperoni on chicken tenders. No bullshit, right? HBS boat. No one needs this. You don't need to pizzafy everything. I've never been like a guy who likes things to get pizzaed. I've never been a pizza bagel kid. I'm not a pizza roll guy. Get your Hot Pocket out of my face. If I want a pizza, I'll eat a damn pizza, okay? Anybody else on my time? Pizza bagels, overrated, all right? Even as a kid, I knew that shit was bullshit. Totino's, get it out of my face. Get it out of my freezer, Mom. No Totino's for me, okay? Pizza pretzel, no. No pizza pretzel either. Why are we pizzaing everything? But we can all agree on this one, right? If anyone has a review for the Cheesa, drop it in the chat. If you have eaten one of these things, maybe you've fallen on hard times, you've lost who you are as a person, you're ordering anything and everything from fast food windows, drop it in the chat. Let me know. How did it taste? All right, we're into some weird shit now. This is just crazy. Can you imagine having something like this as a pet? Just like I was talking about the vibrations earlier, I am terrified with these vibrations going in my head right now. Daisy B, go get that. Go get that Cheesa. That Cheesa will change your life, girl. Dude, you got to have headphones on for this show, guys. Get the audio pumped into your head because the sounds this cat is making. Because I got a house cat, all right? Actually, you might be able to see it. You see the house cat perfectly positioned in between the curtain? When that cat gets going, I get terrified. So I can only imagine a 160-pound, what is that? That's a 120-pound cat, something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's only 80 pounds. I don't know. But it's too big of a cat. Even house cats, they could murder you. If they wanted to, and they had time, you were locked in your house or something, they could murder you if they really wanted to. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm getting into some crazy animal stuff right now. Steve Irwin kind of shit right here. Apparently, the world's largest snake species got discovered in the Amazon. And I was like, is this video real? Because some bozo in like a suit and tie or a shirt and tie is down there just snorkeling with it. But apparently this is real. All right, nobody wants to call in, so we're going to take these numbers down. This is real, guys. The world's largest snake in the Amazon. It was discovered by some bozo in a shirt and tie. Some people are too insane, man. Who's to say that thing's not going to attack you? And you're wrapped up in the water. Too insane, guys. I don't do snakes. I wouldn't say I have a phobia. I think I'm just a human being. Got a healthy fear of snakes. White people shit right there, Daisy. I bet we can find... I'll find a black guy video. I'll find one. Nah, I challenge you to find one. Wow. I mean, that's Steve Irwin shit right there, right? Remember Steve Irwin? He really was one of the greatest human beings ever. You gotta love Steve. You'd think his reruns would be on Netflix or something by now. Oh my God, this was crazy. I covered this on Studio 2 at one point. Maybe you saw it, but it came back up and I thought I'll cover it again on the morning show. All right. So there was a huge storm. I think they said on a naval base. Yeah, huge wave rips through restaurant on U.S. military base on the Marshall Islands. So there's a big military base where a whole bunch of people live. They got a restaurant there. It's on an island. Huge storm rips through. Check out the damage.
Door closed. Keep the door closed. Whoa!
Damn.
Whoa! What? Where's Viv? Where's Viv? All right, you good? You good?
I mean, it's a really rude storm. The guy's yelling, keep the door closed.
The door closed. Keep the door closed. Whoa!
That's insane.
What? Where's
Subscribe, guys.
All right, you good? You good?
How is this guy standing? What's his legs made of?
Oh my God. Jake, are you okay?
Damn.
Coming in.
Coming in, another wave. Damn.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. They're just yelling. Good advice.
Door closed. Whoa!
Look at this, guys.
The door closed. Keep the door closed. Whoa!
Keep the door closed, y'all. Come on.
Whoa!
Should have locked it, Daisy. I think they should have locked it.
Where's Viv? Where's Viv?
They could have put a doorstop on it.
Good? You good?
Maybe a doorstop next time.
Oh my God. Jake, are you okay?
Deadbolt.
Coming
Try
in.
the deadbolt next time.
Get out of here.
They could have locked it, Daisy. I don't know. That was wild. One of my favorite clips I've seen in a long time. Oh, here's another great clip, guys. This is a good show. Come on. You're on Delmarva's #1 morning show. I'm bringing you a lot of great clips right here. You got to admit it. And this is another great clip because I'm anti-internet prankster. These internet pranksters go around, make people uncomfortable while they're shopping, while they're doing everyday life shit, and they don't think that this is a viable option for you. I love seeing stuff like this. So a guy is going around to other guys. He's pranking them. He's getting really close to their face and making kissing noises, and he's like he's going to kiss them or something. Hey, if you want to do that, I guess that's okay, but this likely outcome.
Ooh. Watch out. Oh. Ooh. Watch out.
Dude, what a swift, direct, just uppercut.
Ooh. Watch out. Oh. Ooh.
Does he look like the guy to be playing with?
Oh.
Lesson learned?
Ooh. Watch out.
I mean, that uppercut, I could watch that all day.
Ooh. Watch out.
He's lucky he's not on the ground.
Oh.
Because there's no way he knew that uppercut was coming. That head went way back. Right on the chin. Damn. He's given an uppercut before. Hell of a move right there. Yeah. Don't be pranking people. That's what's going to happen to you. I thought this was very interesting in the news. Guys, who's with me? Who remembers the Naked Gun movie series starring Leslie Nielsen? That's his name, right? Leslie Nielsen? Yeah, Leslie Nielsen. You remember that guy? The Naked Gun movie series. Really some of the funniest movies of all time. All right, I think there was about 3 of them. Hysterical movies. I think they was made by the same movie maker that made Airplane. These are like truly classic comedies. If you've never heard of them, you should go check them out, especially if you're a comedy aficionado like me. Go check it out. Where was I? What? Here we go. Yeah, Naked Gun. And the reason I bring it up is because it's getting a reboot coming in 2025, and it's being created by none other than Seth MacFarlane, creator of Family Guy. And I trust that guy. Seth MacFarlane, one of the greatest comedy creators of all time, and he's about to reboot one of my favorite movie series of all time, the Naked Gun movie series, and it's going to be starring Liam Neeson. So I think that's funny how the names are so similar. Going from you can't even say it. He's going from Leslie Nielsen to Liam Neeson. Leslie Nielsen to Liam Neeson. How fast can you say that? And it's a good choice, too. Liam Neeson's actually really good in comedies. He plays his role pretty well. I'm going to check this out. 2025. Okay, I saw this on my timeline, so I wanted to save it and bring it to you guys. This right here is the honest-to-God greatest dessert you'll ever find on the Eastern Shore. And my boy Kevin Robles, he's a car salesman over for Pohanka. He put it on his timeline. I guess he was there recently. And I was like, damn, that is just a work of art. I wanted to bring it to you, let you know that Liquid Assets in Ocean City has the greatest dessert you will ever have. And tell me I'm lying, guys. Surely somebody's already had this in the chat right now. Liquid Assets on 94th Street in Ocean City, Maryland. They do a donut dessert, a donut sandwich with ice cream in the middle, caramel, whatever you want to call it, all over it. So good, guys. I rate that uppercut 8 out of 10. If you got knocked out, it would have been a 9 or a 10. But that's an 8 out of 10 right there. Nice and quick uppercut. That's what I rate it, Boat. But yeah, if pretty expensive restaurant because it's so good. But if you've never tried Liquid Assets, go check it out. Really, really good food. That's my favorite restaurant. Full endorsement from KP. That's my favorite restaurant, Liquid Assets in Ocean City, Maryland. Prank gone wrong. I'm telling you, these pranks aren't it. You're risking people's lives. I just got over how I don't like pranks, especially on older people who are just trying to live their lives. Because older people, they're not down with the prank culture. You know what I mean? That's probably why they're always getting pranked, because they have no idea it's coming. But, yeah, look at this. This could have ended bad. And then would it have been funny if she cracked her head open? Would that have been funny? Let's get the audio on this one. Actually, that's funny. They had a $150 steak on the menu when I went to Liquid Assets. Hell yeah. Yeah. I love their steak. They make steak taste so good at that restaurant. And they do all these sides that are so good. They're called what? Potato croquettes? I don't know what they're called. They're called like croquettes or something. They're made of potato. They're really good. Love Liquid Assets. Sponsor the show. Sponsor the show. Sponsor the show. Somebody tag them. Let them know we love them. Okay, got some more weather here in the random section. Don't get too close to the windows during a hurricane. That was dumb. but slightly fascinating. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Man, I love this clip just because you might hate your job, but at least it's not a dangerous ass job like this. I mean, there's a lot of guys, a lot of men in this world who make their dollars through truly dangerous means. And I just can't imagine being one of these guys. So he's cutting a huge tree in half. And just look at the force once it happens. Yo. "200 feet in the air. And you got to cut a tree directly in half. Oh, okay, let's get to the next one, I guess.
Oh my God!
Yo.
Let's go!
More big snakes. Dude. And the cameraman's saying, "Let's go." You're about to die. He's saying, "Let's go." Dude. Oh my God. Okay, so it's going through all these random clips. Let's get into them. Oh, this is crazy, guys. I've seen this clip before. Wasn't going to get into this one, but let's get into it because this is wild. What do y'all think about the mindset here? We're talking about the liberal mindset, all right? The liberal mindset. Okay, I'll just play it. You guys are smart. You're going to see what's going on here.
12-year-old should be able to get a tattoo.
Okay, so the question is, do you think a 12-year-old should be able to get a tattoo?
Do you think a 12-year-old should be able to get a tattoo?
I'm gonna say no.
Probably not.
No. It's probably too young to make decisions.
It's a pretty permanent decision. They can't make the decision for themselves yet. Something permanent on their body.
Do you think a 12-year-old should be able to consent to puberty blockers?
Yes.
Yes.
And I understand how that sounds really hypocritical.
Yes, it's a permanent change on their body, but I think that at that point in their life, they probably know who they are, who they want to be.
And you think so at 12 years old?
Yes.
Do you think a 12-year-old should be able to consent to puberty?
So that's what's going on here. How could you believe that someone who couldn't get a tattoo could consent to puberty blockers? Like, how could someone think both things? Oh, a 12-year-old really shouldn't be getting a tattoo. They're so young. It's a permanent decision. They're going to be dealing with that decision for the rest of their lives. Should they be able to consent to puberty blockers? Oh, yeah. And the one lady even knows, yeah, I know that sounds hypocritical, but I think it anyway. Lord have mercy, right? HBS boat, you seeing what's going on here? Oh, a tattoo, that's a permanent decision. It should be taken very seriously by the adult, by the parents. Oh, you want to literally change your gender? That's fine. You probably know by now. What were they saying? You probably know by now what you are and everything.
Puberty blockers?
Yes, because that's not a permanent decision.
I think there's plenty of time to make those decisions later on once they've had a chance to decide exactly what they want their identity to be.
I think that maybe there should be more waiting, but I don't want to put down trans ideas.
Pretty heavy topic for KP in the morning, but we're getting into it.
Make an informed decision.
I don't know. I guess it depends on the 12-year-old.
Be like a really mature 12-year-old.
Right. Yeah. Because some children.
But yeah,
when they.
But when I was growing up, this type of debate was not happening at all. Where people are like, "Man, should kids be able to make more decisions?" No, they shouldn't. They're kids. Wait till they're 18. They can make every decision they want to make. If I was allowed to get a tattoo at that age, I would have gotten the boys of One Direction on my entire torso. There you go. Not the right thing to do. Right? And when did that become something that adults talked about? They're like, we should give kids more rights. They should be able to make these crazy permanent decisions. Because, yeah, kids have never been able to get tattoos. They can't drive. They're not allowed to drink alcohol because they don't know how to make good decisions. Let's just chill till they're 18. They'll be fine. They can do whatever they want to do after they're 18. The world will be okay. Chill out. We have rules already. Let's just keep the rules that we got. You're not an adult till you're 18. It's not that complicated. I'm glad we got that settled, guys. Let's get to more silly clips. Anybody go to the gym this morning? If you went to the gym this morning, let me know. Have you ever been in a situation like this in the gym? Make sure you put that pin in there, that safety pin. My Lord, that guy just ate it. And of course, he was an influencer. He was filming himself. About to show you how to do some back flies or something. My lord, that's exactly what you don't want to do. And how much you want to bet if he wasn't filming, he would have had the awareness to put the pin in. But since he was so distracted by his audience and filming and everything, he just forgets to put the pin, the safety pin, the supporting pin in the bench, and he just eats it. And probably went viral, though, so everything happens for a reason, bro. You probably got tons of views on that. Salute to your page. Because if you've been to the gym, you know exactly what he did wrong. You know what he did wrong. There's a little pin, and you got to put that shit in there to keep it locked in position, or it's going to go right back down to the flat position. Lord. He made out okay.
Put that on video.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. We got some crazy shit we're going over today, and here's another crazy one. What do y'all think of this? Is this justice or is this out of line?
No more touching little girls, bro. All right.
New York street justice. A lot of people say the cops don't do anything in New York nowadays, and I think that's why you're seeing stuff like this. They got this guy taped up to a street light, a traffic light, something like that, and he's duct taped up tight. And what are they saying? Stop touching little girls.
No more touching little. No more touching little girls, bro. All right. Look at your mans, though.
Hey, man, that guy should have been locked up. They're letting people out of jail for stuff like this now, and now citizens have to tape people to street lights. Don't want to put them in a cage? We'll tape them to a pole. We'll tape them to a pole. Whatever keeps them from doing bad shit. Who did you like this? Dude, what's going to get him out of that? All right, we're almost out of time on this episode, guys. Thanks for stopping by, though. And this show by no means is over yet, though, so stick around, stick around. This is KP in the Morning. Who remembers this show right here? This is my 2000s nostalgia. I think this was the 90s, too. I think this was before the 2000s. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Where my 30-year-olds at? Where my 30-year-olds at right now? This is the gang activity I endorse. Yes, right? Clean the streets up. Yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Hell of a show. Back when Nickelodeon had a bunch of live-action like game shows for kids. Remember when Nickelodeon was nothing but live-action game shows, like competition shows? You had Legends of the Hidden Temple, Global Guts, Double Dare. They had a show where you literally went into a video game and you competed in the video game. Crazy 90s shows for kids like me who grew up in Nickelodeon. Yeah, I still think about this show. Great obstacle course. That's the word I'm looking for. Nickelodeon used to be nothing but obstacle courses. Obstacle courses were huge when I was a kid, man. Watching people get slimed was such an era. Slimed and pied, all right? Nickelodeon kept the pie tin industry in business from the 90s and 2000s. Just a bunch of pie tins with a whipped cream. Remember Double Dare? Remember What Would You Do with Mark Summers? Where my 30-year-olds at right now? Hop in the chat. I was a Nickelodeon kid. Cartoon Network seemed a little weird. I did like a lot of Cartoon Network shows, Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, but I was a Nickelodeon kid when it really came down to it. Germany just legalized cannabis. One country at a time, man. Whole world starting to smoke weed. Dubai reveals how much their weather machines cost. And this was conspiracy for a long time. And then, poof, it's just on the news now. Don't worry about that. But, yeah, it is possible to control the weather through machines. And Dubai literally does it all the time.
Just so I know. I have to drive back from Abu Dhabi to Dubai.
No.
It's not raining.
Weather machines, Daisy.
The UAE government invested more than $20 million in research to start a process called cloud.
Leave it to Dubai to let the cat out the bag. They're like, yeah, we control the weather.
cloud seeding a year.
It's simple.
Controlled by this building in the National Center of Meteorology in Abu Dhabi, where they track the whole process. We met with a cloud seeding expert to explain how the seeding process works.
We wait
Cloud seeding is what it's called.
chance for cloud.
Yeah, they fly airplanes up there and they spray salt into the cloud. And apparently the salt makes the water droplets enlarge because they're full of salt. And then when the water droplets in the cloud enlarge, they are more likely to drop. So they seed the cloud with a bunch of salt and it makes it rain.
The center manufactures a salt substance that helps enhance rainfall. They put them in what they call flares. Is it going to rain in Dubai today?
So yeah, that's crazy, right? They fill the cloud with salt and it makes it rain. And first thing that I think when I hear that is, doesn't it rain salt water? Doesn't it rain salt water? That can't be good for plants. You ever heard of salting the earth? That's what you do if you don't want something to grow. So, I'm not a scientist. Maybe salt doesn't make the water salt water. But hey, that's what I'm thinking with my rational brain. Wouldn't it make it rain salt water? Wouldn't that be kind of weird and terrible for plants? I'm not a scientist, but it is possible to control the weather through machines. A lot of people thought that was a conspiracy for a long time. And once again, us conspiracy theorists are almost proven right, because even in this country, there's a weather machine, and it's called HARP. And anyone can look it up. HAARP. And it's a big facility up in Alaska, and it controls the weather. I don't know what you're going to do with that information, but it's yours. Do what you want with it. All right, we're off that topic. All right, one more crazy topic for you guys. This caught my eye. A bunch of pissed off farmers are protesting all over France. And really got me wondering what would get a bunch of farmers this pissed off. Look what they're doing. I mean, I've heard of farmer protests before. Sometimes the taxes get crazy and it makes it so hard on these farmers. But what would make them honestly this mad? They're busting through barricades with their tractors in downtown France or whatever. They're obviously very, very pissed off. Literally busting through barricades. And not only that, though, they are spraying manure all over government buildings. I mean, look at that. What would possess some farmers to do that? Something really bad must be going on. I'm literally just basing it off the reaction. I don't really know what's going on. I hear it's the Green New Deal, where everyone is trying to lower greenhouse gas emissions and make everything greener. I hear that's making life for farmers a living hell. Everything's more expensive. They have to spend more money on different things, and they're pissed off. And it's making them do stuff like this. I mean, if you're going to spray manure all over a government building like that, I mean, that's majorly offensive. Spraying manure is crazy, Daisy. Oh, my Lord. You can't go to work that day. Got it smelling like that. Farmers in Dijon, France have staged a massive demonstration against the regional council. Up to 80 tractors have driven into the city and gathered outside the regional council to protest delays in the payment of European subsidiaries. Yeah, we're off that. But yeah, caught my eye. Angry farmers, France. A few more topics left, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to KP in the Morning. And of course, we got a great episode of Studio 2 with DJ KP coming up this Monday at 9 p.m. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest way to help out the show. Hit the subscribe button, guys. And we're almost to 1,000 subscribers. All right, the race is on. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We just now got to 1,000 followers on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who made that possible. You guys definitely rock. Actually, I'll show you that real quick. Look at that. 1,006 followers on Instagram. It's been a long time coming. Now we need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's make it happen, y'all. 948 subscribers on YouTube. 948. We can do it. Help me out. All right. A few more topics, guys. The first human implanted with Neuralink has made a full recovery. If you don't know what Neuralink is, that's Elon Musk's new project where they implant a computer into your brain and you start controlling stuff with your brain. All right. They already did it to a human. He's making full recovery because obviously you put something in your brain, you need some time to recover. Things are going to inflame, a lot of complications. They're saying the complications are minimal, full recovery in the patient, and he can control his mouse, his computer mouse, just like this. He can control it with his mind. So that's crazy. I didn't think we'd get here so fast, man. We already got computer chips in people's brains, and they can control computer mice with it and stuff like that. Okay, one more official topic for the chat. What would it take for you to actually go through with this? Would you ever get Neuralink installed into your brain? I'm going to say it's a hard no for me. I don't know how I would ever be comfortable with a chip in my brain. I'd even take it a step further. I don't think I'd ever be comfortable with a chip anywhere in my body. I just got to be honest. Are you all going to put a computer chip in your body? Does that freak anybody else out? Daisy B says this is a Black Mirror episode in real life, and it is. And a lot of people think this kind of thing was in the Bible, number of the beast kind of thing. I think it said in the Bible something would either be implanted into the palm of the hand or the head. But I don't know. Yep, I don't think I'm ready to get anything implanted in my head. I remember one time in Ocean City, I was DJing, right? Super weird kid hanging by the DJ booth all night. Kid, super weird. He had like blonde highlights. You could tell he was like a really nerdy kid. No self-awareness, no social skills. But he starts talking to me a little bit, and he reveals that he's into body modifications. And he had a computer chip in his wrist that he could control his phone with. He had another computer chip in his forehead that he could do something else with. This kid had all these body mods. He had all kinds of crazy piercings all over. Some people are really obsessed with this kind of thing. And I'm the opposite. I don't think I could get into putting computer chips in me. Nah. But I am a fan of Elon Musk, but he's taking it too far. Maybe if I see everybody else thriving with this type of technology, I would do it, but not right now. All right, guys, I think that's all the topics I had for you good people. And I really want to thank you all one more time for tuning into the show. And while you're still here, make sure you check out my new playlist on Spotify. If you got Spotify, save the playlist, all right? Save it for later. You're not going to regret it. I got some hit songs on this record, on this playlist rather, that a lot of people don't know about. You ever heard of YNG Mac J? Great rapper. You ever heard of the R&B sensation known as Tre'vell? That song, one of my favorite songs in the history of music, it's called Need Me. All that and more on my new playlist. It's called DJ KP Classics. Easy to remember, right? DJ KP Classics. And go check it out. Daisy, you're going to like this playlist. Please go save it and listen to it later. Daisy just said it freaks me out, but I might do it if it made my brain into a real life Google search. That'd be nice. Definitely advantages. Yeah, have Google right there in your brain. I would love that too. The playlist is out right now though, guys. Go check it out. Really, really good stuff. Of course, the official Jano is on the playlist. Oh, yeah, and shout out to everybody who made 200,000 views possible. We just passed 200,000 views as a YouTube channel. Really, really, really excited about that. We did it during the Versus Battle number 5. If you haven't seen the 5th Versus Battle, you got to go watch the episode. Must see TV, especially around here on the shore. Really controversial episode. Go watch. And, of course, this week, the party is still at Warehouse in Salisbury. It's college night every Saturday. I'll be DJing with my brother, DJ Cash. That's what the party looks like. Didn't want to get copywritten, so I muted it. But check it out. You got a hands up. Everyone feeling it. Everyone having a great time.
You know what that means?
No one knows what it means.
Oh, check out this transition.
No, it's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people gobble, 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 gobble.
That's how we get down, y'all. That's a crazy transition. That was by DJ Cash, my brother right there.
Get fucking loud, y'all.
Hell yeah, that was a good moment. All that and more every single Saturday night at Warehouse. Daisy B, breaking records. Let's hit it again. Should I check the email? Let's check the email before we log off. Oh, I think we do have a submission. What's up? Yeah, we got a submission. We got an email. It says, hey, this is an up-and-coming rapper. Let me reread this. Hey, this is an up-and-coming rapper. My name is Lock City Drip. I was going to see if I could get an interview and perform a new song of mine, if y'all down for it. He's trying to get to work, everybody. Damn, he did not attach. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. Emails are hard, aren't they? This guy, he didn't attach. I really wanted to give you a review. There's nothing here. Well, maybe it's just like he's asking for permission. I'll be like, yeah, send it through. Yeah, send it, bro. So I thought we were going to get into a little music review. Emails can be hard. Talk about, guys. We had some great discussions today. We talked about LeBron being on steroids. We talked about the Oceans Calling Festival lineup dropping and a whole lot more. Christian, thanks for stopping by. Daisy B, you're always great on the Thursday morning shows. Really good chilling with HBS Boat. Kyle Fields. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting to bring this up. But I'm very, very excited to announce that we have our very first 2 official show sponsors. It's been a long time coming, guys, and this is truly good news. This show has official show sponsors now. I did not have this prepared, so it's going to take me a little bit. Check this out, guys. This is epic. For me, this is beyond epic. This is incredible. So we have 2 official show sponsors now, guys. Let's hear it for them. We got Diane and we got Brittany. They became the first 2 official members. First 2 official members, guys. They have signed up monthly to support the show. All right. It's only $2 per month. $2 per month, guys. And they like the show. They've decided they want to become supporters. They're official show sponsors. Thanks for donating your money and your time watching the show. Means so much, Diane. Means so much, Brittany. They've signed up to support, guys. If you want to as well, it's only $2 per month. And all the money goes back into the show, goes back into the studio. I mean, it's a lot of time, money, and effort, and money, and definitely money to make this studio operate efficiently and properly. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 camera angles. We got the content computer right here that I can pull anything up on. All right. Got 6 microphones, as you can see. 6 microphones scattered all throughout. We can do anything in this studio, and it's only $50 per hour if you want to book it yourself. You think you have a good idea for a show? Let's see if it will work. Book the studio. Run your own podcast. You can broadcast from your own channel, broadcast from your own page. It's a good idea, guys. You think you got what it takes? Book this studio right here. 6 camera angles, 6 microphones. Bring a co-host. Bring a few guests. See what happens. I mean, live podcasting, I truly think, is the future of entertainment. So if you guys want to see how you would do, hit me up. Book the podcast studio. And also, this studio is brought to you by my other studio. That's how I really make my money, guys. It's only $40 per hour, world-class quality. I've been doing it for over 10 years. Are you out of the area? I do mixing and mastering for only $50 per song. Just send me the stems. I'm also on your favorite radio station, Power 101.7, every weekday at 5 p.m. with my bro, DJ Cash. Make sure you tune in today at 5. Shout out to Power. And go find me live. I mean, my crowds get lit, everybody. My crowds get absolutely lit. There's a little, for instance, I'll be at Warehouse this Saturday. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you find me. And, of course, I got new music. Party anthem right here. It's called Party Right by DJ KP. Go look it up. Go find it. It's on all platforms. It's blowing up in the UK right now. It's doing numbers. Go prove me wrong. Go find it. Add it to your playlist today. Hey, we definitely got this day started right. That's what this show's all about. KP in the morning, every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. We get your day started right. I also get your parties started right. Make sure you look up Party Right, in parentheses, Drinks Up by DJ KP. Love this song, honestly. And that is my voice, by the way. That is my voice. Yeah, we breaking records. I'm breaking my own records right now, Daisy, because I also got a song with Trap Beckham, Top Trolla. I know you know about this one. This is a twerk anthem. Love everything about this record. The artwork looks incredible. That's me and Trap Beckham riding in a convertible with my wife in the back. Look it up, guys. This is my biggest song to date. It has tons of streams on Spotify, tons of streams on Apple Music. Wherever you get your music, look up On Go by DJ KP. I'll let you all find that on your own time. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been KP in the morning. Get ready, because I do this show every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. And also get ready for a great episode of Studio 2 with DJ KP this Monday at 9 p.m. I'm going to have BKH and Lonnie DeSavage in the building. And that's something else that this show is going to bring. If you want to hear for the very first time who's going to be the guest on Studio 2, tune in to Thursdays in the morning, because I will always reveal the guest of Studio 2 on Thursdays, okay? So big reveal. This week's special guest on Studio 2 is Virginia rapper BKH, very, very popular. He won one of our Versus battles a little bit ago. And also Lonnie DeSavage. And she also is a Versus battle winner from a while ago. So going to be a great episode this week. Always Mondays at 9 p.m., completely live, unedited, uncut, uncensored, unfiltered. Anything could happen on the show, just like what happened right now. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm DJ KP. I'll see you Monday night at 9 p.m. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I love y'all.
Studio 2 with DJ KP.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the wife is in the back seat. That's the best part. That's like the best part of it.
Studio 2 with DJ KP.
Make sure you check out Studio 2 with DJ KP every Monday night at 9 p.m. It's going to be a good one this week. We got BKH and Lonnie DeSavage coming through the studio. They're going to be live in person talking about their new project. And they got a big announcement to let you all know. I almost dropped it right now, but they have a big surprise announcement for you people. You're going to be shocked. You do not want to miss this week's episode of Studio 2 with DJ KP this Monday at 9 p.m. Whole lot of announcements.
It's Studio 2 with DJ KP.
We'll see you then, guys. Hit